Hi everyone, welcome to this session with you on Instagram Live. If you are able to tune in, this is something very personal that I want to share with you because it gives you an understanding of where we are today. Hi, Raya. This is something that I just want to try and get across, that the whole concept of why networking or network marketing is the new economy. And I think that, it's said very often that most people look for work. Wealthy people build networks. And I think that's pretty cool. So let me just say hi to all those who are coming in. Hi, Zana and Mohammed Azmi. I think this is good. Nice to have you all on board. So I'm focused today on network marketing. I'm not talking about plastic surgery or aesthetic surgery. So if you want to ask me anything about aesthetic surgery, then please, you can WhatsApp 016-824-5224. But what I want to talk to you about today is about network marketing. And I think, if we can address our lives as to why this is the new economy, we'll do very well in our life. The importance is to differentiate between what is a job and what is network marketing, and the difference between the two, and how it became very personal to me. And I think this is where we need to be able to create an understanding of how do we create the biggest opportunity of a lifetime. And the biggest opportunity of a lifetime is if we focus on the three most challenges that are facing us in our world today. And the top three stresses of life today is: number one, lack of good health and nutrition; number two, exposure to chemicals; and number three, financial struggles. I can address all three because I know what it is to go through the three and what it is to challenge and be faced with the challenge. Because if it doesn't challenge you, it will not change you. So once again, the top three stresses of life: number one, lack of good health and nutrition; number two, exposure to chemicals; and number three, financial struggles. This is why it's important for you to understand that if we can take these three challenges and turn it into the biggest opportunity of a lifetime to create wellness and longevity, I think that's the best economy for today. And a lot of people are beginning to realize that, to work is one thing, to be rich is another. So we can either choose to be rich or to be wealthy. And if you have to have given a choice, obviously you will choose to be wealthy. Now, I've been a doctor for the last 40 years and a plastic surgeon for 30 years. And so this is the reason why it's important for you to understand that at some stage in your life, you need to be able to build a passive income that will feed into your financial pocket. And you cannot take off financial struggles from that three equation of the top three stresses in life. You can't take it out. It's part and parcel of life. And the greatest gift we all have today is the ability to earn. That is a gift. There are a lot of people that I know who are living but can't work, and they can't earn anything. Okay, they're out of a job. And I just had a patient who just walked in just now, a young man, 32 years old, out of a job. Why? Because he's got disease of varicose veins in his leg, and he's only about 30 years old. And because of his job, he was working in the Hyatt Hotel as a kitchen helper. Young man, handsome guy. And I got on talking to him. And again, there were the three issues of life, the stresses. Young man. And he faced them. He got challenged, Number one was lack of good health and nutrition, because you know why? He was 110 kgs. 110 kgs at the age of 30. And he wrote his goals down and challenged himself in 4 months. And he lost his weight. And today he's 72 kgs. And my gosh, I saluted the guy. And I said, now that's incredible. But he's out of a job. You know why? Because of the disease of his legs. So what I'm trying to get at is that when you do network marketing, if you make health and nutrition as the key fundamental basis of your economy of life, that itself is a platform for you to take off and become a millionaire. You understand? So I've got on to him and I'm going to treat him, but let me just say hi to all the others. Hi, Lovey. Yeah, I'm going to wave at you. Is that Lovey, the Lovey I know? Okay, welcome in. And so this is what I'm trying to talk about. And so if you can take the three stresses, the top three stresses in life, lack of good health and nutrition, exposure to chemicals, and financial struggles. If you take those three and make that your platform of the biggest opportunity in this new economy, then that platform will create wellness and it'll create longevity. And the winner is yourself. You are going to win when you create that, okay? So it requires a development of the mindset, it requires a development of skills, and it also requires a development of strategy. Mindset, skills, strategy. All three can be learned, okay? You know, success is not a commodity. You can't buy success. You can't go to a shop and say, look, I want to buy success. No. Success can be learned through skills. You can live it. You can learn it. And there's no limit. That's the beauty part about success. There is no limit to how far you can go and how high you can climb. All right. So the altitude, as they always say, you know, depends upon your attitude, isn't it? All depends upon your attitude. So for me, as a doctor for 40 years and as a plastic surgeon for 30 years, I never knew what it was to earn after my time of work, which is 8 to 5. Okay. So the only economy that I knew in my own life, whether it's health, whether it's nutrition, whether it's finance, or whether it's whatever I've been exposed to in this world of chemicals, I didn't know. I lived in that state of ignorance. If only, if you're listening in, if only, Natalie, hi, if only you can write down these three stresses and make that your platform to grow your economy in life, you will be extremely successful. You know why? Because I didn't know what was nutrition, and so I just ate whatever was on my plate. All right. I sold my life to my profession as a doctor, and working, you know, on call and all that, and all the stresses of life that came with it. I didn't know what it was to earn after 5 o'clock. I didn't know what it was to have an extra income. I didn't know because I sold my life to a job. J-O-B. And if you're making notes, remember, job is just over broke. All right. Till today, I can vouch for that. That I sold my life. If you're working in a job now and you're a salaried person, you have sold your life to that plate of economy that you're living in through. All right. And so that was all I knew, is to be a doctor and look after others, make them healthy and beautiful. And at the same time, I didn't know that I was getting damage on my own life within me. I had no other extra economy. I didn't know where to invest all my time into it to give me my returns. But what I did invest in was in the stock market. And lo and behold, you know, in life's journey, you know, it says always focus on the destination and not in the journey, right? But at the same time, there are tsunamis that will hit you and me in life's journey. And I was not prepared for financial tsunamis. I was not prepared for health tsunamis. I didn't know any other form of income to build my economy of life. All right. So this is why I'm trying to start this particular session with you. You can get me on Insta Live. You can get me on my website, livingthemalaysiandream.wordpress.com, and you'll be able to learn how I made a 5-figure income in 4 months. All right, without a mask and without gloves. Actually, you know. And at this stage in my life, after 40 years as a doctor and 30 years as a plastic surgeon, only now I'm beginning to realize this new economy called network marketing. And so I continued to, you know, do my job, and till today, just over broke, because everything that I earned went for my kids, you know, for my children who are doctors today. And I realized that if only somebody like this had spoken to me either through the social media or through any other media of how to build a passive income, I would be in a different state and frame of mind today. So again, remember what I mentioned earlier on. It's about developing a mindset, it's about developing skills, and it's about developing the strategy. So in 1997, there was this financial crisis. And lo and behold, did I ever know that crisis might nearly wipe me out. I didn't know. I had invested in the stock market. I had invested in, of course, shares. And then I had my clinic. I had 3 other properties. And it was good time. 1993, 1994, 5. That was boom time. But I did not know how to save. I did not know where to put my money in. I had no idea of what it meant by the economy of life. I only knew the biology of life as a doctor, but I didn't know what the economy of life was all about. I had no holistic idea of how to develop my own skills in order to prevent the third stressor, which is financial struggles. I did not know that. So this is the reason why we need to begin to understand that if you develop a platform right now and take on this biggest opportunity of addressing these 3 stresses, which is lack of good health, exposure to chemicals, and financial struggles. If you take that in and create a platform for wellness and longevity, you will be the winner. And so there's a big difference when I look back now after 40 years of working between job and network marketing. There's a lot on the YouTube about what it is to be a network marketer, what it is to be an entrepreneur. And what I feel now is that, when you work in a job, the work stays with you. All right, that's big thing about job. The work stays with you. It stays where you are. Whereas in network marketing, you take the business with you. So whichever part of the world you're in, that business just goes with you. Big difference between where your work stays with you, or you can choose where your work goes with you. Your business goes with you. And so if I had a choice to relive the whole thing again, I would have taken network marketing much earlier. You know why? Because the philosophy and the principle of network marketing, it's work, right? It's net work. For example, CNN, it's a global thing. It's a global telecommunication platform for cable news network. It's work. So I realized that, when I walk along and do my walks along Tanjong Lipat, and I see all these people fishing, and you have one rod and one line, and you fish one fish at a time, as opposed to I've seen the fishermen casting their nets. But the greatest work of all is not just throwing the net out, it's pulling it back in. And that creates work. And so if you develop the skills of how to learn to build a network, that itself would be a lifeline for you. And so I realized that the new economy today is helping is the new selling. Helping is the new selling. Write it down, okay? Because just like in plastic surgery, when I do body workout, for example, body contouring, today in the marketplace, body is the new face. At one time it was the face, yeah. Everybody will come in because they want to do something with their face and look beautiful. But now the face is shifting now to the body, and everybody is very body conscious, body image. Everything is about the body. So the body is the new face. Same, helping is the new selling. And when I talk about networking to people, they say, oh, it's about selling, direct selling. I don't know how to sell. We have been selling from the time we were able to say, Mommy, I want this, or Daddy, I want that. And we're able to sell. The child's expression itself is already selling. When you have kids and you see the way, from the time we are young till now, we are always in the selling business, all right? And so if you realize that I've been sitting in my practice, I do direct sales, okay? Because when patients come in to see me, hi, Janita, welcome, Hidayah. Let me just say hi to all these guys. I got a whole day with you guys, so I'm pretty cool. But I want to share with you walk you through my life, because it's only now I'm beginning to understand the concept, the philosophy of network. Okay, and so I would just treat patients the same way. So if you are a person with a personal passion to help others, then network industry is your industry for life. Okay, it begins with the whole concept of helping others, other-centric, not self-centric, but other-centric. If your focus in life is to build other people, help others, that is the new economy. And so today, I find that the best way of doing that new economy is what I call mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. All right? You are actually helping others to be revived. You are resuscitating the life of somebody else. We talk about those who are, CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. When somebody has collapsed, when somebody has died or dying, and you're trying to resuscitate them, you're bringing life into them, right? It's exactly what you do when you address those three stresses in somebody else's life. What are the three stresses again? Number one, lack of what? Good health and nutrition. Number two, exposure to chemicals. Number three, financial struggles. If you address those three stresses in somebody else's life, that itself is a winner. And that is what network marketing is all about. So you build your platform on somebody else's life and help to provide solutions to somebody else's life so that they too can live well. So having worked for 30 years as a plastic surgeon, I never knew what it is to save, because everything that I've earned, I put it towards my children's education. I did not know what it is to earn and save, right? But I knew very well how to earn and spend. But if I spent it, was because of conferences, in medical conferences, and it's also because of the children's education. So remember the difference between a job, okay, just over broke, where you are now married to your job, your life is sold to a job, the job stays with you, you stay with the job. But the beauty about network marketing is that you take the job wherever you go. You take your business wherever you go. You take your work wherever you go. So again, remember that work is a medium to create wealth. Okay? Work is a medium to create wealth. And wealth always follows human connection. I hope you're writing all this down. All right? Wealth follows human connection. Hi, Sharon. I'm talking about network marketing and the new economy. So these are principles that I have as nuggets that I'm beginning to see for myself, that wealth follows human connection. If you are able to connect with people on a human platform, that is your goal for your future. Okay, so work creates through a medium that gives us wealth. All right, and if you and that's the greatest gift, to be able to earn. I think that's a gift that we have in life. And so if we have to choose with that skills of earning between rich and wealthy, choose wealthy. Okay, that's the score. So network marketing is basically, for me, the philosophy of helping other people. And that itself is now becoming the new economy, where people are coming together and by mouth-to-mouth resuscitation of reviving the life of another person, be it health, be it in the form of exposure to chemicals, in the form of whatever treatment that we're doing, or be it in the form of finance, you are helping them to address these three stresses of life. And so in 1997, there was the economic crash, stock market crash, everything crashed like a bubble burst. And I was not prepared for this tsunami. And let me walk through this phase of my life. And who would want to come for cosmetic surgery? I was totally wiped out, So I had my own home, I had my clinic, I had another house rented called Liquor Square, it was on rent. And my loans went sky high. From 2% it went to 10%, 15%. And I had no way to service those loans. I was totally broke. You know why? Because I was in a job. I was focused. I had sold my life to a job. and I was only able to earn from this job. Okay, I had no other source of income. And and my mom, who was 78 years old, she supported me for one whole year, and every year she would send me 8 ringgit. Hi Lizzie, love you. Wow, I love you, man. I miss you. And so Liz is from down under. She's the woman in my life who ran away. But hi Lisa, welcome. And so I'm just trying to share with you. So during that financial crisis of 1997, I had invested in the stock market. When the stocks crashed and I saw my investment going down faster than a lift, at least the lift takes floors, it'll stop in the 10th floor or the 7th floor, but this one went down like a tube, and I was totally wiped out. Okay, and it was really a bad time for me. So do we plan for these financial struggles? We don't know. We think everything is going on fine until the tsunami comes, and then you find that you've got no resources. Okay, so this is what happened in 1997, and then it's till today I haven't recovered because I lost so much in that time of tsunami. And Vavahi, hi Al, hi. I'm talking about network marketing in the new economy, guys. And I'm trying to encourage you to seek out your life and live it on this new economy of network marketing, where we can help each other through mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. That's a terrific way to think of network marketing. That when you're reviving another life, that's the best gift that you can ever have. And so that was it. And after that, I carried on, with my work. And then, lo and behold, in 2011. I put on weight. So remember the first stressor, right? Lack of good health and nutrition. And that hit me like a silent killer. All right. So if you are young at heart, and now with all those millennials, please take down these 3 stressors. Can anybody write down one of them? There's some free gifts that might come in, but anyway. So that's the first one that knocked me out, and that is lack of good nutrition and good health. And before I knew it, with all the stress of operating as a plastic surgeon and living the life of a stressful life, I ended up with a heart bypass surgery. All the 3 vessels in my heart were totally blocked, and I ended up on the operating table. Even though I didn't have signs and symptoms that were actually hurting my heart, but that was it. And I had to go for open heart surgery. I'm sharing this with you because you would be naive if you do not write down these 3 stresses in life and get ready for this tsunami. Okay, because that is the economy of the new phase in life. The 21st economy is addressing this silent killer called inflammation. Can you write that down for me? Can somebody just spell it out for me and write it down? That person might get a free gift. You never know. So I'm taking notes. Whoever writes down what I said just now. Okay, the most important platform for you to build your network marketing industry is to address this one silent killer that is across the world, that is killing people across the world. It's called inflammation. Okay, so this is the reason why the new economy today is how to revive people one-to-one, help others to stay away from this killer called inflammation. And that's the reason why, even though I've just started for 4 months, I was able to earn a 5-figure salary from this, not salary, but an income from this passive income by just helping others to revive themselves, to realize that this is the platform for us today. Okay, so this is what happened. So in 2011, I had to undergo heart bypass surgery, and until today, I'm so grateful to be alive. That's 8 years now going on, and then I realized that had I addressed the 3 stresses in life at a much earlier stage, I would have created wellness and longevity as a lifestyle. Creating wellness and longevity as a lifestyle is the new economy for today. And the best platform, the biggest opportunity that is available to us is to do it through network marketing and become a network marketing professional. It is a profession. When you are consulting someone else, you're reviving their life, either through health, either in their finance, or either in their total lifestyle. That is the new economy. And so what we did was to build a community of entrepreneurs. All right. The meaning of an entrepreneur is when you start a business, you start it for one purpose, and that is profit, isn't it? There's a risk that it may not work out. But nobody becomes an entrepreneur without thinking of the possibility of having a profit. All right. So similarly, when you become a health entrepreneur, you are now investing all your skills. You're investing your total change of mindset. You're investing all your strategy into somebody else's life so that they become successful and they stay in a zone that is not having inflammation. Okay? So this is why whenever I give talks, I don't know whether you can see it from the other side, but this signboard says, this is an anti-inflammation networking zone. And so this is the message that I have right out across the world today. We have a podcast. You can get us on the cloud. And this message that I'm giving across is to stay in this anti-inflammation zone. And the philosophy of network marketing is basically you must have a intrinsic sense of confidence in yourself. That has always been something that is very important. That means you must have an expanded vision of yourself. Are you writing down? Are you making notes? You must have an expanded vision for yourself. Mr. Muhammad Azri, I'm not talking about anything about aesthetic surgery, all right? So if you can understand what I'm trying to say, this is not about aesthetic surgery, this is not about plastic surgery, this is about network marketing. So can you please stop asking me about questions about nose and all that, because this is not the time I'm talking about it. But you're more than happy to call 016-824-5224 for more information about your nose, all right? And I'll be more than happy to help you there. But I'm not talking about that now. So can you please stop asking those questions? And I want to get on with helping people who want to make a life of success. So if you have an expanded vision of yourself, that is the beginning of network marketing. The philosophy of network marketing begins with yourself first. So I didn't have a vision of myself. I mean, I'm a visionary. I started a Christian organization called APCOT, which is an Asia Pacific thing. I started the Cleft Lip and Palate Association of Sabah. You can be a lot of visionary, but you can be a visionary to do things for others, right? But you got to have an expanded vision of yourself first. And so when I look back, in my life, 30, 40 years now, I think one of the most points that I would reconsider today is why I didn't take that idea and concept of my life and make it, something on a global level. I would have really understood it better. So an expanded vision of yourself, a strong sense of self-worth. Okay, these are platforms that, because when you have these two criteria, an expanded vision of yourself, then you'll find that you'll be able to create a job for yourself. In other words, you'll be able to create a network marketing profession for yourself. Okay, you can get into a business because you know that now it's all focused upon you, your credibility, your ability to do it, your own talents, and that kind of wealth will stay with you for like a lifetime. So you need to change a mental blueprint, which I'm trying to do now. I've got friends around me now who are helping me to change my mindset about what it is to be financially successful, how to save. I'm still trying to get my head out in order to get my nutrition in order, so which is hard work. And so this young man who walked in just now, I told you about, 32 years old, he lost weight from 110 pounds or something to right now he's 72. And he said one word. He said, "Doctor, your food. It's your food. It's what you eat." and he told me to stay away. By the time we finished, we stopped talking because I might as well go and stay in my cave and not move anywhere. You know what I mean? But it comes down to we are what we eat, isn't it? We become what we eat, and so it's all about a mindset. And so I think that a strong sense of self, a sense of purpose. All right. So a purpose-driven life is at the soul of a network marketing professional. Let me repeat that. A purpose-driven life is at the very soul of a network marketing professional. So if your life, if you sit down while I'm talking to you and you write down and please connect with me. If you write down what is your purpose in life today, why are you here? I've got some books out here. This one is called Making Sense of Life's Changes. There's another one here that says High Performance Habits. You can have all the books in the world. Sometimes you can give up reading, because there are so many books. You know what I mean? And I think one of the principles that I have learned today is a sense of purpose. And so if the scar on my chest, all right, as a result of open heart surgery, that scar has given me the reason why I'm talking to you today. Because that's a purpose that I have. And that purpose is to try and help someone else sort out their lives from the point of health, from the point of finance, and from the point of living in a zone which is anti-inflammation. So this is basically what I wanted to do today, is to just highlight the concept of network marketing. And it is a business that is a professional business. You get to meet people, you get to build an unstoppable mindset. I think the greatest gift that I had, I was introduced to this particular marketing business by a lady called Rose Coolin, who was a former matron of Sabah. And what I learned from her when I first started to meet up and talk about this network marketing was the unstoppable mindset of wanting to help someone else. And I think that is, people don't live life as it is, they live life as they are. Yeah, a powerful statement. I just made a note of it somewhere. People don't live life as it is, they live life as they are. Powerful. All right, and it's because of an unstoppable mindset. In other words, you need to have mental resilience to be able to get this message out to everyone else about longevity and creating wellness. I think we need to develop that. And so I was so taken up by when I was introduced to this network marketing community, because it was a community of collaborative individuals who had chosen health and nutrition as their platform to earn a passive income. And I thought that what a brilliant way to be able to be of service to someone else. You understand? It's a service industry. And so, and I thought there was a brilliant way to address this whole concept of network marketing, to be able to, because it's a relationship business. It's like I said initially, it's mouth to mouth resuscitation. You are actually sharing your life with somebody else, and that life or message could help revive the life of somebody else. You can resuscitate them back to living successfully. And if I can do that to any one of you out there, my message today is to just introduce you to the concept of network marketing. It's not about selling, it's about actually helping. And so helping is the new selling industry. If you're able to help someone else, that itself is a very safe platform and a beautiful platform to see somebody else successful. I want to read this from my notes here. Henry David Thoreau, and he said these words. He said, "Do not go where the path may lead, but rather go to where there is no path, but leave a trail." Isn't that powerful? Do not go where the path may lead. That means that path has already been led by somebody else, right? Don't go there. What he says is, go instead to a place where there is no path, and you create a trail that others can follow you. I think that is really the message of life, isn't it? And so what we need to do in life is that we need to have a big story, like I always say, when I tell my story, it's really big. If it's big, let the whole world know about it. If it's small, bury it. If you have no story at all, get one. Start talking about one and make that story your lifeline, because that lifeline will build your income. All right. So have a big story and get that big story out. Okay, because if you have a big story, make sure it's a really big one, because that will change lives. That will make a difference to somebody else's life, and you should be able to demonstrate it. All right, by means of sharing and be able to change the mindset of other people. Skills, you can learn. I always believe skills before pills. Write that down, somebody. Skills before pills. Every morning I get up and I take about 7 pills, right? To keep my blood down, thinning, to get my cholesterol down, to get my antioxidant in, to get my omega-3 acids in. All these pills. If only I could have developed the skills to address those 3 stresses in life, which are, number 1, lack of good health and nutrition. Number 2, exposure to chemicals that is all around us. And number 3, financial struggles. If I knew how to address those 3, I would have really caught on to be a very successful life. So that's about what I wanted to share with you today. That if you're in a job, J-O-B, for me, in my own life, it's just over broke. That's the purpose. That's what comes out of a job. You've sold your life. You've sold it to whatever profession or whatever job you're doing, and so your job stays with you, your work stays with you, your business stays with you. But in network marketing, which is the new economy today, you take your business where you go. You take your work where you go. No matter which part of the world you are, you can still do your business. That's a big, big difference. So I want to welcome you all to a club that I started called the ENER Club. ENER, which stands for Empowering Network Entrepreneurs in the Real World. All right, ENER, Empowering Network Entrepreneurs in the Real World. Okay, so the reason is because the real world is a world without those 3 stresses in life. The real world is the world of anti-inflammation. The real world is when you and I are marketing from a mouth-to-mouth resuscitation network marketing profession that is helping others to stay away from those 3 stresses in life. That's the real world. That's the world without disease. The number of hospitals that are being built, there are healthcare industry professionals, right, that are listed on the stock market. Can you believe it? Listed on the stock market. Just go into the stock market and see how healthcare is a commodity that is listed. That means you can buy shares. You're buying shares on the life of somebody else's disease. To me, that's the greatest sin that has happened in this world, if I look back, And all these healthcare providers, okay, yes, they're providing health, but why? Disease, right? But why can't we build our whole life on prevention? Why can't that be the pinnacle of our life? Okay, so what I'm inviting you to join me in this journey of getting this message out to the whole world, that you and I have a purpose-driven life, and that purpose-driven life is to instill, number 1, health and nutrition, which I'm still on a journey for that. Number 2, to cut down from the exposure to chemicals. So in other words, we have a choice, right? When you walk into a room and there's a signboard that says this side smoking and that side non-smoking, you choose which way you want to go. And if you have the mental resilience, you would choose non-smoking. I was a smoker, a very heavy one, for till the age of 20, till the age of 24. Yeah, I used to, smoke 2-3 packets a day, sometimes more totally ignorant, even though in a medical profession. So I'm a very honest guy. I'm telling you, I'm laying on my life and for you to walk through it. And so I never knew what it was to really have good nutrition, good health. I never knew what it was to stay away and do not get exposed to chemicals. I did not know about financial struggles because I thought everything was, money comes from the trees. But had I been educated in developing the skills to address these three stresses in life, I would be on a different platform today. I would have created wellness and longevity as a lifestyle, and that's the joy of life to be. But till today, there's nothing late, right? Like they say, don't die before your death. Don't die before your death. When I talk in plastic surgery and I'm talking about facial rejuvenation and I talk about the cells of the skin and all that, every cell has a lifespan. But because of the stresses of life, these cells sometimes die early. Very often they die early. Okay, they die before their death. So if a lifespan of a keratinocyte on your skin is about 2 to 3 weeks, all right, but that because of the sun damage, because of the environmental damage, because of the exposure to chemicals, they die earlier. And that's the reason why we age so fast. So these are the principles in life, and you can apply to any discipline. These three stresses, and the third one, of course, is financial struggles. So there you go, and I'm about to wind up, But the ENER Club was started because I wanted to develop a community of entrepreneurs who would future-proof their life against the struggles of finance and against the struggles of health. All right, if we can future-proof our life against these struggles and financial crisis and all these tsunamis, I think that's a fantastic club to be in. So you can find out more information about the ENER Club on Living the Malaysian Dream on Instagram or livingthemalaysiandream.wordpress.com, where we have some videos up, and I'd love you to join and find out how in 4 months I was able to earn a 5-figure salary by bringing in entrepreneurs who have a purpose-driven life to go and market this whole concept of anti-inflammation. Okay, if we can live in that zone for our children and for the next generation, I think we would have done a great service to the whole world as a whole. So I'd love you to let us know more. Hi Joyce, you're coming in when I'm about to finish, but stay tuned. Get on to my Instagram site, and remember that skills can be learned. So remember what I said. So I've given you some punchlines. I've given you some lovely punchlines. Don't die before your death. I've given you punchlines where you can leverage on technology today. You can leverage on what others have done, products that have come out into the industry. You can leverage on that to create wellness and longevity and make that your economy of life. Make that your income for life. Okay, so I'm just excited that I've been able to share with you this whole philosophy. It begins with resilience of your mind. You remember there's a gentleman called Jim Rohns, and he made these statements: for things to change, you have to change. I'm still struggling with the word change, because it's very difficult to change, because we are so used to habits. I got this book called Habits, High Performance Habits, High Performance Habits. Big book. So a lot of habits that are inside here, and I'm still about to finish it, but I think it's never too late to start reading. It's never too late to start making your life meaningful, a purpose-driven life. Because when your life has a purpose, you will find that you will be in the driving seat. All right. So that's the reason why I wanted to do this Insta Live with you. And the next time I'm going to come on board, I want to talk about rice bran oil. I want to talk about rice bran oil as one of the very key products that help in keeping your health and nutrition in order. So I hope you have enjoyed that. Hi Kath. Please stay in touch with me. You can always write to us on suburplasticsurgery@gmail.com. And the best is you can contact me on 016-841-5224. 016-841-5224 to find out more information about the ENER Club. And I'd love you to come and join all these health entrepreneurs. Many of them are millionaires today, and learn from them how to be successful, how to build an economy on network marketing. Remember, it's a profession. Remember, it's work because it's network. And like I said, and I want to, some people, it says originally down, some people have to survive. Some people have to become wealthy. You choose whether you want to just survive or you want to become wealthy. Life is a lot of choices. In one of my recent posts in my Instagram, I talked about two choices that we have to make. We can either respond to life or we can either react to life. All right? When you respond to life, there's a time gap. Something happens, a situation arises, a circumstance comes into flow, and you're faced with that circumstance, and then you draw back, you pause, you think intellectually, you reassess that situation, and then you respond. All right? So very often that time gap gives you a perfect time lapse interval for you to think carefully. All right? So remember, there are two choices. One is you can either respond to life or you can either react to life. So respond to life, I've already told you, there's a time gap. React to life is immediate. The moment the situation comes in, you react to it. And that can either be bad or good. There's a good friend of mine called Maya Kadi, and Maya always tells me it's better to be happy than to be right all the time. Those who want to be right all the time are ones who react to the situation. They react to life because they want to be right, like me. I spend my whole lifetime trying to react to life because I'm always right. I always think I'm right. In fact, sometimes when my children are talking, I will cut in and they'll say, "Dad, you're always butting in," because I think I'm right, but not necessarily happy. Okay, so that's the reason why to react to life is immediate. There's no time gap. Your response is immediate. All right. So if you have to choose one of two choices, either to respond to life or to react to life, choose respond to life. You know why? Because there's a pause. You go back, you assess, there's a time gap, and then you respond. So I hope that my time with you, you're able to respond. Remember these words as I end, okay? And if you want, write it down. Invitations can change your life. How you respond to an invitation can change the course of your life. All right, remember, it's how you respond to life and all life's choices. Okay, so I'll say that one more time in case you're writing it down. Invitations, say with me, invitations can change your life. How you respond to an invitation can change the course of your life. I know that when Rose Colleen invited me to have a cup of coffee and she gave me this small session, which I'm going to talk to you on my next Insta Live, it changed the course of my life. I'm ending up here with you. All right, I've got a podcast, I've got my mic ready, I've got my camera ready. Why? Because I've got a message to the world, and that message is stay in this anti-inflammation networking zone. That's my message. That's my mission to the world, because I've got a scar and I don't want anybody else to have that scar. How about you? Where are you in your economy of whole concept of life? Choose network marketing. Start today. Join the ENER Club. Walk with me, learn with me, because skills can be learned, and at the same time make money with me, and make yourself enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. And so for those of you, I hope that this has brought new light into your whole journey of life, and it's a lot about faith. Have faith in yourself. have a big vision of yourself, expand your sense of worth in yourself, and you will find that that itself is the fuel for you to live in this new economy called network marketing. So once again, thanks for coming in, and I hope that we can meet again. And for those of you who want to know more about the ENER Club, please WhatsApp me on 016-841-5224. Stay healthy and live beautifully. See ya.